Hello everyone. Welcome to Environment Current Affairs November 2025 Part 1. In this video, we will cover the most important environmental updates of the November month 2025 in an exam-oriented manner. So these updates are highly relevant for UPSC, state PCS, SSC and other competitive examination. So without wasting any time, let's begin part 1 of environmental updates of November month 2025. So first update is about demonstrating climate leadership. Prince William promotes sustainability at Earthshot Prize, Brazil. So Prince William demonstrating his commitment to a sustainable future. So Prince William traveled to Brazil for the Earth Sports Prize ceremony to spotlight groundbreaking climate solution and inspire international cooperation. So Prince William went to Brazil for Earth Sport Prize ceremony, and the most important thing in that ceremony was to take care of climate and inspire international cooperation. About Earth Sport Prize and climate advocacy, the Earth Sport Prize, established by Prince William in the year 2022, awards euro 1 million each to 5 winners. So in this competition, there are 5 winners, and the amount is euro 1 million to each to 5 winners. So this amount is given to 5 winners. It helps in developing innovative climate solution. The Earth Spot Prize ceremony help in developing innovative climate solution. So this year event happened in Rio de Janeiro. It was intended to highlight global cooperation which is taken place before the COP30 climate summit in Belém. So Williams' presence in Brazil was designed to spotlight environmental leadership, and it also engaged with innovators combating climate change across continents. About travel choices under scrutiny, although there are some reports suggest that the prince flew commercially with support, Prince William got the support from the United Kingdom's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. There are some critics also. Critics question the necessity of such travels, why there is a need of such type of travel. So online commentators accused him of preaching sustainability while contributing to different types of emissions. Some compared the blacklist to previous criticism of Prince Henry's because he used private jet claiming royal environment. He is just proving royal environment because of use of private jet. These efforts appear inconsistent with their action to inspire climate solution and inspire international cooperation. So because of this, there are few critics. Prince William is a founder and president of Earthshot Prize. Founder and president of Earthshot Prize. It is a global environmental award, and it is launched in 2020 through Royal Foundation, inspired by President John F. Kennedy's moonsuit. This prize aims to find and scale innovative solution to repair the planet by 2030. So this prize related to the especially given to those who help to repair the planet, to improve the planet condition by the year 2030, to reduce the emission different types, or to repair the planet by 2030. So this prize involves many high-profile individuals who hold or have held leadership roles on different types of countries. So this prize involves different types of leaders which belongs to different countries. First one is the Jacinda Ardern, which is a former Prime Minister of New Zealand and current trustee of Earthshot Prize. Second one is the Christina Figueres, who is chair of the Board of Trustees and former United Nations Climate Chief. So C leads to the Earthsport Prize Council. Christina Figures leads the Earthshot Prize Council. Next one is Mia Motley, who is Prime Minister of Barbados, who has led climate finance initiative highlighted by Earthsport Prize. Now about the recent 2025 winners by region. Based on region, 2025 winners are Green City of Bogota, High Seas Treaty, Lagos Fashion Week, Friendship. Category Regreens location is Brazil and categories protect and restore nature. Next one, winner is city of Bogota, which belong to Colombia, and category is clean our year. Now next one is winner. Next one is High Seas Treaty belongs to global. Category is Revive Our Oceans. Next one is a Lagos Fashion Week, Nigeria. Category is Build a West Free World. Next one is Friendship. Location is Bangladesh. Fix Our Climate category. So these are the recent 2025 winners by region, 2025 winners. So there are royal commitments and climate messaging to protect the earth, to protect the planet by 2030. So the Earthshot Prize remains one of the most prominent royal-led environment initiatives because it is led by Prince William. So, however, the controversy underscored the continuing challenges for global leaders, including the British monarchy. There are few challenges also to align climate advocacy with carbon conscious behavior in an increasingly climate aware world. Increasingly, there is an increased amount of greenhouse emission, etc. So, it's a very difficult to take care of that carbon conscious behavior. Now, some exam oriented facts. Earthshot Prize was launched by Prince William to incentivize innovative environmental solution to protect the planet. It focuses on 5 key areas. The 5 key areas are to protect nature, second one is to clean air, revive oceans, build a waste free world, and fix climate. So these are the 5 key areas in Earthspot Prize. Then again, it is the hosting the this event happened in Brazil, which highlights the importance of tropical ecosystem like the Amazon in global climate regulation. The prize encourages public-private partnership and scalable green technologies. So this prize, Earthspot Prize, aligns with global frameworks like the Paris Agreement and Sustainable Development Goals. Earthspot Prize was launched in the year 2022, and the main aim to promote environmental innovation to protect the planet by 2030. So each year in Earthspot Prize, 5 winners receive euro 1 million to scale sustainable projects. The 2025 Earthspot event coincided with the upcoming COP30 climate summit in Brazil. Prince William Rio visit included receiving the ceremonial keys to the city. So one-liner recap is Earthspot Prize led by Prince William promotes global climate innovation to use a new type of new technologies to protect the planet and use the sustainable solution. This Prize led by Prince Williams with Brazil hosting a key edition. So COP30 was the about the COP30, which I will explain more in the next video. COP30 was the 30 United Nations Climate Change Conference held in Belém, Brazil in November 2025. It marks a critical decade post Paris Agreement milestone. So COP30 focuses on accelerating emission cut. We have to reduce the greenhouse emission cuts to meet the 1.5% degree goal 1.5% degree goal, boosting different types of adaptation finance for developing nation and protecting forests like the Amazon. It is the main theme of COP30. Now, next update is Delhi NCR activates GRAP stage 3 amid severe air pollution crisis. So, in Delhi is always encountering different types of air pollution. Delhi people are also suffering. So the central government has activated stage 3 of graded response action plan, GRAP, graded response action plan across Delhi NCR after the region's air quality increased into the severe category. So the decision follows continuous air quantity after monitoring the continuous air quality index readings near it goes near 400 in several parts of the national capital, including Anand Vihar, Chandni Chowk, and Ashok Vihar. These areas are reflecting hazardous pollution levels. So Delhi's air quality day by day worsening, declining. So according to the Central Pollution Control Board data on November 11, areas such as Bhavana AQI is 412 and Jahangirpuri AQI is 394 reported severe air pollution. So while nearby region like Noida or Ghaziabad saw marginal relief. So experts attributed the worsening condition to stagnant because of the stagnant wind flow. Wind flow is less, vehicular emission is more, post-harvest stubble also burning in another reason is the post harvest stubble burning in neighboring states like Haryana, etc. Now what is the reason of Delhi air quality? Because of this there are restriction under stage 3, under GRAP, under graded response action plan. Stage 3rd, non-essential construction activities across Delhi NCR are banned to curb dust and particulate emissions. So classes up to grade 5 have been directed to switch to hybrid, or in a school also the students went to online learning modes. BS3 petrol and BS4 diesel vehicles are barred from plying with Delhi NCR within Delhi NCR limits except they will use for essential services. So these vehicle BS3 petrol and BS4 diesel vehicles were banned within the Delhi NCR limits. Additionally, non-essential diesel medium goods vehicles or BS4 or older standards are prohibited in the capital to curb this emission. Now, implementation and monitoring. The Commission of Air Quality Management, CAQM, has directed local authorities to strictly monitor industrial and transport related emission. So construction firms have been instructed to use anti-smog guns and dust suppression system. So construction site has strictly instructed to use anti-smog guns and dust suppression system where exemption apply. Officer have also warned that if pollution level persist, stage 4 of GRAP involving complete bans on truck entry and halting construction may be invoked within the NCR. Complete bans on truck entry and halting different types of construction may be invoked within Delhi NCR. About public health and advisory measures, authorities have advised residents, especially children and elderly, to avoid outdoor activity, use mask and 95 mask when going outside. Schools and offices have been asked to promote work from home option, while citizens are asked to use public transport and avoid private vehicles. Public transport should be increased. Environmentalists stress that long-term urban planning and renewable energy adoption are important to prevent recurring winter smoke crisis in the capital region. So Delhi suffered a lot in the month of November because of the increased emission. So within the Delhi NCR. So one liner recap: GRAP stage 3 is enforced in Delhi NCR in the month of November when AQI becomes severe, triggering strict restriction to control air pollution. Important exam points: the graded response action plan is a set of emergency measures activated based on AQI levels. It is implemented in Delhi NCR under the supervision of CAQM, Commission for Air Quality Management. So it is implemented under the supervision of CAQM. Stage 3 declared when the AQI between 400 to 450. 401 to 450. So it includes restriction on construction site, restriction on industries and certain vehicles. Major causes of this severe air pollution includes vehicular emission, stubble burning, construction dust, and meteorological condition also. So GRAP is reactive in nature and highlights the need for long-term structural solution like use of clean energy should be increased and sustainable urban planning is required. So GRAP stage 3 is triggered when AQI remains above 400 categorized as severe. So restriction include a ban on non-essential construction and older vehicle categories. The plan is implemented by Commission for Air Quality Management. Delhi AQIO November 11, 2025 range from 365 to 412 across various monitoring stations. Next update is mass dolphin deaths in Amazon linked to extreme heat wave, increase in temperature in Lake Tefe. A severe heat wave and drought turned Brazil Lake Tefe into a lethal hotspot because of the increase in temperature, because of the severe heat wave and drought turned Brazil's Lake Tefe into lethal hotspots, means many are dying. With water temperature reported 41 degrees Celsius. So it trapped in shallow overheated water because the temperature increased. So the water becomes shallow and overheated water. If shallow water becomes shallow because of the more evaporation of water become overheated. Hundreds of endangered Amazon river dolphins perished, start dying alongside mass field kills. Mass fields also dying, exposing the fragility of tropical freshwater ecosystem under accelerating climate stress. Because of the increase in temperature, tropical freshwater ecosystem is totally affected and causing death of Amazon flora and fauna. A perfect storm of heat and drought condition arise because of the extreme severe heat wave. A perfect storm of heat and drought. Exceptionally, their low river levels narrowed the lake's volume and mix layer because there is a presence of extreme temperature. So the river levels become low, and it narrowed the lake's volume and mix layer. So and because of increase in solar radiation, intense as heat wave, it then heated the remaining water rapidly. The water start in heating is water will start heating rapidly. So with weak winds and prolonged clear skies, the system lost its usual capacity to shed heat because the wind is blowing very less, and there is a prolonged clear skies. Sunlight is very more, so severe heat wave, so the system lost its usual capacity to shed heat, to absorb heat. So the result was a basin scale thermal spike, thermal increase, then left virtually no cool refugees for air breathing fauna. Why the water become lethal? What is the reason of the water become fatal? It means it is causing death. Shallow, because of the water becomes shallow death because of intense heat wave. So evaporation becomes more, so heat penetrate the full water column, full water level. So turbid sediment rich condition trapped and retained warmth inside the water, and there is a stagnant circulation, limited turnover in water. So as inside the water, the temperature neared hot tub levels, dissolved oxygen decline, it start reducing, and metabolic stress increased, and it affect the flora and fauna of the inside the water. So for dolphins and fish, continuous exposure to extreme heat proved fatal. It causes death to the dolphin and other fish within hours to within few hours and within few days. One nane recap: extreme heat wave in Lake Tefe, Amazon basin caused mass death of freshwater dolphins, highlighting climate change impact on biodiversity. So, scale of mortality, scale of death rate, and specific species at risk. So, both pink, especially the pink river dolphin, name is a Boto and Tukwiksi, already these species are already endangered. So these species are already endangered, were among the dead. So rapid carcass accumulation suggested synchronous heat-driven mortality rather than disease. With thermal refuge absent, adults, calves, and pregnant females were equally vulnerable, compounding long-term population risk in the central Amazon corridor. So these are the scale of death rate and species at risk. Now about the ecological and community fallout is also there. The dye of coincided with widespread fish death rate and discolored orders linked to stress blooms. Water blooms. Local communities which are totally dependent on fisheries, local people which are totally dependent on fisheries and lake water faced food insecurity because of the is happening in the in the water, and health concern also increased. The event disrupted river-based livelihoods, cultural practices, and ecotourism centered on iconic freshwater megafauna. Why scientists urgently recommend to protect this increase in heat. So priority action include improved heat stress early warnings using, if it is given early that here why the temperature is increasing, using lake temperature profiling and satellite data. Rapid rescue protocol should be given to guide animals to move to cooler areas, cooler tributaries, and emergency ration or setting trials at critical refuges. Over the medium term, basin scale water management, wetland protection, and curbing deforestation, reducing tree cut are essential to restore hydrological buffers that moderate extreme heat in Amazon lakes. So this is with the help of is water management, basin scale water management, wetland protection, curbing deforestation, reducing deforestation are essential to restore hydrological buffers to maintain the water qualities, and then that moderate extreme heat help in reducing the extreme heat in Amazon lakes. Prelims question: the Amazon river dolphin is pink dolphin is primarily found in South American freshwater system. Important exam points: mass death of Amazon river dolphin occurred in Lake Tefe due to extreme heat wave condition. The dolphin affected a freshwater species found in Amazon basis. Water temperatures are reportedly increase above 39 degrees Celsius. And if the temperature will increase, the amount of oxygen inside the water will decrease. So reducing dissolved oxygen levels. And the oxygen reduced in the inside the water, it affects it causes the death of fish and mass fish and dolphins. The event highlights the impact of climate change, El Nino, and deforestation on aquatic, and it's give poor effect and devastating effect on aquatic ecosystem. It affects the flora and fauna of aquatic ecosystem. So it raises concern about biodiversity loss and ecosystem imbalance in tropical region. Lake Tefe experienced extreme temperature near 39 degrees Celsius, near 41 degrees Celsius during a regional drought. Endangered pink river dolphin and name is the Tucoixis suffered mass death rate. Thermal stratification collapsed. Shallow turbid water trapped heat through the full depth. Heat waves are increasing in frequency and duration across Amazon for a freshwater system. Next update is Japan's ghost plant survived without photosynthesis. It survived without photosynthesis using
fungal network. So how this plant is surviving without photosynthesis, it means it is not making food. It is getting food from fungi. From fungi. So Japan ghost plant scientific name is a monotropastum. Monotropastum. Kiris, kirisi means. So Japan's ghost plants are unique. Chlorophyll free. It means it does not have chlorophyll. So there is no chlorophyll, so its color is white. And often translucent plant that grow in deep shade of forest without sunlight. So it grows in under the deep shade of forest where there is a no sunlight. So they are mycoheterotropic. So what is the meaning of mycoheterotropic? It means they get nutrients entirely by hijacking underground fungal networks. They get nutrients from fungi networks connected to trees. Fungi present on trees, get nutrients from the trees rather than using photosynthesis. So it does not have chlorophyll, so it cannot photosynthesize food. So Japan's shaded forest harbor ghost plants. There is a presence of ghost plants in Japan's shaded forest that live there without photosynthesis. So it lacks chlorophyll. They do not make their own food. Instead, they act as a parasite. Instead, they act as a parasite on specific types of fungi. And the example is that that act as a parasite getting the nutrients from the specific type of fungi, example russulaceae that are linked to tree roots. These fungi grow in thrive in tree roots and get nutrients indirectly from trees, and this host plants get nutrients directly from trees through fungi. An example, russulaceae. So these fungi, this ghost plant are pale chlorophyll plants, tap underground fungi for carbon and minerals. They get carbon and minerals from fungi, and it reveals a subterranean web that links tree, fungi, and plants. Recent work from Kobe University and collaborators has uncovered how this species feed, reproduce, and persist in darkness. So it always grow in deep shade of forest where there is no sunlight. Now about the mycoheterotropy and fungal partnership. So there is a partnership between the mycoheterotropy and fungal partnership. So mycoheterotropic means which lives without photosynthesis. A leaf always grow in forest, say deep shade of forest. So host plant are mycoheterotropic means they parasites. Parasite means which harms other. So they parasite mycorrhizal fungi connected to nearby trees. It always thrive to tree roots. Some relatives are mixotropic, combined. Mixotropic means combined, limited. They can make food little bit. So combining limited photosynthesis with fungal nutrition, but fully mycoheterotropic lineage, but full mycoheterotropic species totally depend entirely on fungi to get the food, reproduce, and thrive in darkness. So this strategy has evolved repeatedly and suits, and these it's always thrive in humid, undisturbed leaf litters where fungal networks abound, where fungal networks grow more. So unusual pollinators in dark forests. There are unusual pollinators in forest. So pollinators which help in pollination. So pollination does not follow the usual bee and bee scripts. So there is a no pollination take place with the help of bee and bee scripts. Motion camera studies show camel crickets eat the fruits and disperse seeds across the forest floor. So with the help of camel crickets, it eat the fruits and then disperse the seeds across the forest floor. So this is the way of pollination. Tiny arthropods like ants, woodlice, small flies, even spiders transfer pollen between blooms, between these host plants. So when partners are scarce, when the partners are limited, several taxa switch to delayed selfing, self-pollination take place, and some island orchids self-pollinate inside. Now there is a discovery of new species and rare genus also. Japan keeps giving surprise continuously. Monotropastrum Chrismines was distinguished as a new species after decades of confusion. So the new species discovered, the species is Monotropastrum chrismenis. The orchid name, scientific name is Spiranthus Hasilojoinus, expanded the ladies' traces group. So it also include the orchid name is the Asperithens hachillogenesis, expanded the ladies' traces group. It belong to this ladies' traces group. Most startlingly, Relicithemia Kimotosukenis established a new genus of vascular plant, which is an exceptionally rare event in modern botany, which highlight how much biodiversity still hides in well-served forest. So it remains about there are many new things we have to know about the biodiversity, which are still hidden in surveyed forest. Why dead wood on fungi matter? Why there is a dead wood and fungi matter a lot in ghost plant? Orchid richness and ghost plants persistent track the availability of fungi in decomposition, wood, and stable soil. So there is a presence of orchid and ghost plants which persist, which track the which explain the there is a presence of fungi, and these fungi help in decomposition of wood and stable soils. Canopy thinning, there is a presence of canopy which is becoming thinning, logging, or drying soils. These are all these can collapse the triperiod chain. Triperiod chains, these are tree, fungus, and plant. Tree, fungus, and plants. So canopy, because of the presence of canopy thinning, logging, or drying soils take place, it can collapse the tripartite chain, and this tripartite chain, the tree, fungus, plants, which are erasing population. So ongoing study now aim to trace nutrients flow through these networks, which clarifying how carbon moves from trees to fungi, how carbon moves from trees to plants, and guiding conservation that protects the entire forest system, not just the rare species within them. So important exam points: ghost plants lack chlorophyll and do not perform photosynthesis. They obtain nutrients via symbiotic relationship with fungi, mycoheterotrophy. This fungi connects plants to surrounding trees through underground mycorrhizal networks found in forest ecosystem of Japan, often in low light condition. They highlight complex nutrient exchange system and interdependence in ecosystem. Host plant obtain carbon via fungi, and this fungi present in trees roots, and this association is known as a mycoheterotrophy. Seed pollination take place with the help of seed dispersal, often take place with the help of camel crickets, tiny insect. These act as camel crickets and tiny insect act as a pollinators. Key taxa belong to host plants are Monotropastrum crisimens, Spiranthus hachiogenesis, Relicithemia, Timotsukenis. So dead wood and intact leaf litter sustain the fungi network they need. So these fungi help grow in the dead wood and intact leaf litters. One liner recap is a ghost plant survive without sunlight by deriving nutrients from fungi through mycoheterotropy instead of photosynthesis. So green tree photosynthesis take place, then sugar organic nutrients produce. Mycorrhizal fungus which grows under the roots of trees, underground networks, and it help in transferring the nutrients. So first green tree make food, and then green tea, then fungus, and then fungus transfer nutrients to ghost plants. And this ghost plant does not have chlorophyll, so no sunlight needed. It does not make food. So tree perform photosynthesis, produce fungus connects to tree roots and absorb nutrients, and the ghost plants get these nutrients via fungus, and this is known as the parasitic links. So ghost plant is benefited, but fungus is not benefited. So parasitic link. So key concept for exam is ghost plants mycoheterotrophs dependent on fungi. It does not have sunlight. It does not photosynthesize. Next update is Namdaba Butterfly Festival highlights biodiversity conservation in Arunachal Pradesh. So this update is from Arunachal Pradesh. So it's the event is the 8th So 8th Namdapha Butterfly Festivals took place from November 26-28, 2025 in Khachanga village near Miao, Arunachal Pradesh. Place is Khachanga village near Miao, Arunachal Pradesh. It is celebrating the rich biodiversity of Namdapha National Park. Namdapha National Parks. It is organized by Department of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in collaboration with local community groups. The festival aims to celebrate the region's extraordinary biodiversity. It also helps in promoting ecotourism and conservation awareness. So this festival focused on conservation, featuring guided walks and expert talks to showcase over 500 butterfly species in this eastern Himalayan biodiversity hotspot. So experts talks about 500 butterfly species in the eastern Himalayan biodiversity hotspots. About the festival highlights and objectives, the 3-day event take place in Kanchang village near Miao in Arunachal Pradesh. The gateway to Namdapha National Park, which is located in district, is Changlang district. So it serves as a meeting point for researchers, nature enthusiasts, and local residents. It provides entry for local participant also in free, encouraging community participation and strengthening conservation efforts through grassroots involvement. About Namdapha, a global is a biodiversity hotspot. So Namdapha National Park is one of the world's most reserves. And Namdapha National Park is home to how many butterfly species? 500 butterfly species, along with rare fauna and flora and fauna found only in this part of the eastern Himalayas region. So this park hosts some of the world's most spectacular butterflies, including a Casseri-e-Hind, blue mormon, peacock pansy, zigzag flat, and yellow Vinit lancer. So these are the beautiful spectacular butterflies are present in this Namdama National Parks. Namdama is also unique for hosting four big cat species: tiger, leopard, clouded leopard, snow leopards. These are present in the Namdama National Park also, four big cat species. So the rich ecological diversity of Namdama makes it important for scientific study and ecosystem promotion. So about community collaboration and ecotourism, this year festival is being organized with active participation from Tikak Homestay Miao, Khachang Matunging Youth Forum, and Namdapa Jungle Camp Miao. It is reflecting the local community's important role in wildlife conservation. So through guided forest trails, education, exhibition, and awareness programs, all the organizers aim to highlight the balance between livelihood and environmental preservation. So it's showcasing how sustainable tourism can coexist with conservation. This about preserving Arunachal Pradesh natural heritage, which is required. So Nanda Butterfly Festival not only celebrate the beauty of butterflies, but also serve as a reminder of urgent need to preserve displaced biodiversity amidst in between changing climatic conditions. So by involving local communities and conservationists, the festival is strengthened eco-conscious tourism. The tourism should be eco-conscious and reinforces Arunachal Pradesh position as a vital hub, important hub of natural heritage in India's northeast. So exam-oriented facts, the 8th Namda Butterfly Festival will be held in Miao, Arunachal Pradesh. It held in Namanda National Parks, a biodiversity hotspot in northeast India. It promotes butterfly diversity conservation and ecosystem protection. It hosts approximately over 500 species of butterfly, including the rare Kesari Hind. It is a park of eastern Himalayas. It promotes ecotourism and organized in collaboration with local community groups. It encourages ecotourism and community participation. Next update is India conducts the world largest wild survey to strengthen conservation efforts. So All India Tiger Estimation AITE conducted in every 4 years. It is conducted in every 4 years by National Tiger Conservation Authority NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority, and Wildlife Institute of India WII. So it is the world largest wildlife survey. So it also holds a Guinness World Record for the largest camera trap survey, which covers 4 lakh square kilometer and utilizing artificial intelligence, satellite imagery, over 60,000 personnel to track 75% of the global wild tiger population. So India is preparing for the next All India Tiger Estimation AITE in 2026, the world largest, which will be the world's largest, most detailed wildlife survey with over 3,688 682 tigers recorded in 2022, nearly 75% of the global wild population. So, India, there is a presence of 3,682 tigers recorded in the year 2022, which is nearly 75% of global tiger wild population. So the upcoming census also goes beyond increasing counting stripes. It measures the pulse of the country's ecosystem from prey density to forest health. So increase of prey. Tiger is a prey to and which helping to reserve the forest health, forest ecosystem. Phase one is the groundwork of tracking and observation. The first stage of census begin with the forest guards working designated transit across tiger reserve and forest ranges. Over 3 days, each guard covers around 15 kilometers, scanning for indirect sign. They also record prey sighting, deer, sambar and other herbivores to gauge food availability. Phase two is satellite and data analytics. So once grounded data is collected, the Wildlife Institute of India (WII) in Dehradun integrates it with the satellite imagery. It integrates with the help of satellite imagery to analyze the forest cover, terrain, water resources, and human encroachment. So phase two is the with use of satellites and data, artificial intelligence to know about the forest cover, terrain, water resources, and human encroachment. So remote sensing also help in knowing about the critical habitats, wildlife corridors and stray zones. So phase two is the use of satellite and data analytics, artificial intelligence. Phase three is the use of cameras and stripe identification. So involves setting up of over 40,000 camera, which help in trapping across a grid of 4 square kilometer section in tiger landscape. So each grids typically hold 2 cameras. Now, why the census 2026 census matters? So beyond the numbers, the tiger census informs India's conservation strategies, how to conserve the tiger. It identifies where protection is succeeding, improving, and where conflict is rising, where problem is rising, where new corridors or reserves are, where and with that area the new corridors, new reserves are needed. So Karnataka five tiger reserve, Bandipur, Nagarhole, Bhadra, Kali, and BRT remain central to the effort. So yet the focus is increasing, shifting to forest fringes and plantation areas where tigers and human overlap. AITE stand as a global benchmark for wildlife monitorings. AITE for wildlife monitorings, it uses traditional tracking also. It uses satellite technology and artificial intelligence driven analytic also. So it is one of the largest conservation stories. So one liner recap: India's largest scale Wildlife survey uses advanced technology to monitor biodiversity and guide conservation, different types of conservation policies. So important exam points: India conducted one of the largest wildlife surveys covering vast forests and protected areas. It involves agencies like Wildlife Institute of India and the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. The survey uses modern technologies like cameras, traps, GIS, mapping, AI-based data analytics. It helps in estimating population of key species and assessing ecosystem health. Findings support policy decision, conservation planning, and biodiversity management. So, all India tiger estimation cover 4 lakh square kilometer across 20 states. More than 60,000 personal and 40,000 camera traps are used. Karnataka recorded 563 tigers in the 2022 census. So, cubs under 2 years are not counted in the official tiger population. So, the world largest wildlife survey in India is primarily associated with monitoring terrestrial wildlife population and biodiversity. So these are the data how tigers are counted. So Kerala, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, states with most tigers, Uttarakhand, Tamil Nadu, Assam. The tigers population in India is gradually increasing, steadily increasing. So 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2967 in 2018. So these are the tiger reserve in India given on map. So Global Tiger Day, no need to confuse with this. Global Tiger Day always celebrated on 29th of July, International Tiger Day, to raise awareness for tiger conservation. It was created in Global Tiger Day, was first observed on in 2010 at the Petersburg Tiger Summits. So the goal of Global Tiger Day is to protect the natural habitat of tiger and to raise public awareness and support for tiger conservation issues. Project Tiger is a tiger conservation program which is launched in April 1973 by Government of India. This is by Government of India. So it aims to ensure viable population of Bengal tigers in the natural habitats, protecting them from extinction and preserving areas of biological importance as a natural heritage forever, represented as close as possible the diversity of ecosystem across the distribution of tigers in the country. So Project Tiger mainly aimed to protect the population of Bengal tigers in the natural habitats. So this project task force visualized this tiger reserve as breeding nuclei from which surplus animals would migrate to adjacent forests. The extra animals would move to the adjacent forest. So funds and committed were also given to protect for Project Tigers. So the government has set up a protection force, tiger protection force, to combat poachers, to reduce poachers, and allocated fund to villagers to minimize human tiger conflict. So Project Tiger main aims to lead to the depletion of tiger habitats and to mitigate, to reduce them by suitable management and conserve the tiger. So the damages done to the habitat shall be rectified. If the damages done to the habitat shall be rectified, shall be improved, so to facilitate the recovery of ecosystem to the maximum possible extent. So Project Tiger provides tiger population should be increased and it should be used for economic, scientific, cultural, aesthetic, and ecological values. Next update is Goa, Madhya Pradesh pact to boost heritage and wildlife tourism. So Goa and Madhya Pradesh have signed a pact to improve tourism. Goa and Madhya Pradesh collaboration to increase tourism through a partnership which is focusing on this partnership on heritage, wildlife, and cultural exchange take place between these two, and it aims to diversify visitor experience beyond beaches and promote sustainable two-way travel. So this collaboration will create joint circuits and combining Goa coastal hinterland culture with Madhya Pradesh wildlife and monuments. So these are the goal, to combine Goa coastal hinterland land culture with Madhya Pradesh wildlife and monuments. So key details of Goa MP tourism practice: focus area is to promote heritage, to promote wildlife and cultural tourism, and Goa hinterland catches with Madhya Pradesh national parks like Kanha, Bandhavgarh, Pench, monuments like Khajuraho, Sanchi, Ujjain, etc. Two-way tourism should be increased, beach to jungle itineraries, exchange programs. Strategic goal is to boost, to improve domestic travel, share knowledge, and enhance sustainable tourism. So this collaboration is expected to strengthen the tourism economies of both the states by creating unique integral travel experiences. So Goa's Director of Tourism Kedar Naik, GTDC's Gebin Das, TTAG President Jack Sukhaja met Madhya Pradesh Principal Secretary, Culture, Tourism and Public Relation, CO Shekhar Shukla. So name of the Madhya Pradesh Principal Secretary, Cultural, Tourism and Public Relation is CO Shekhar Shukla, who is IS. So Goa's Director of Tourism met with the IS CO Shekhar Shukla, and then Tourism Minister Rohan A. Khone said the alliance will deepen narrative let travel and diversify different types of itineraries between two states. So Madhya Pradesh invited Goa's tourism leadership and trade for field visit next quarter. Sustainability, skills, and community benefits are there. So, revenue sharing models with community enterprises, craft and agriculture tourism units are proposed to spread benefits, while crow banding campaigns and unified calendars will target families, culture seekers, and wildlife travelers across pick and soldier seasons. So, states Goa and Madhya Pradesh collaboration focus on heritage wildlife cultures. Key official is the Kedar Naik from Goa, CO Sekhar Shukla from IS from Madhya Pradesh. These are the two key officials took part in this collaboration. Next step is reciprocal delegation to design circuit and trade tie-ups. Two-way tourism to be improved, joint marketing is to be improved, and new domestic travel circuits are implemented. Next update is India drops in global climate performance ranking amid rising emission concerns. So it is bad news for India. India drops in global climate performance ranking. So India dropped 13 places. India dropped 13 places to rank 23rd in the Climate Change Performance Index CCPI, falling from 10th to the medium performer category. So the assessment highlights a continued dependence on India is continuously depending on coal, rising, which help in increasing greenhouse gas emission. It also weak price signals on carbon despite strong progress in renewable energy capacity. So India is increasing in renewable energy capacity. Instead of that, there is totally dependent on coal, increasing greenhouse emission, and weak price signal on carbon. It is released at COP30. The ranking highlights that India is dropping in global climate. Released at COP30, the ranking highlights concern over India's continued dependence on coal and lack of a phase-out timeline, despite achieving 50% non-fossil installed capacity. India achieved 50% non-fossil installed capacity, despite it is decreasing. So India has dropped 13 position to rank 23rd. It ranked 23rd in latest climate change performance index 2026, marking its steepest fall in recent years. So ranking drop. So it's India fell from a higher performance. In last year it is 10th, and this year now it becomes 23rd in CCPI 2026. Key reason for decline, totally dependent on coal, no national coal exit plan, and auctioning of new coal blocks. Sector performance, India received a low rating for renewable energy. India is getting low rating for renewable energy, and despite strong growth in renewable energy capacity. So due to its overall energy mix and medium ratings in greenhouse gas emission and climate policy, so it is decreasing in global climate performance index. So progress highlighted India achieves 50% non-fossil capacity. Recommendation, the report advised setting a concrete time-bound coal phase-out is required. It helped in strengthening carbon pricing and setting 2035 by 2040 decarbonization milestone. So this index evaluates 63 countries. This index evaluates how many countries? 63 countries and European unions covering 90% of global emission. So what is a climate change performance index? The CCPI 2026 has been released on the sideline of United Nations Climate Conference in Belém, Brazil. So it evaluates the climate mitigation performance of 63 countries and European Union, which together account for over 90, which European Union, which together account for 90% of global 90% of global greenhouse gas emissions. So countries are assessed in four categories in COP30 climate change performance index. It is all countries are assessed in four categories. The country categories are greenhouse gas emission, renewable energy use, and climate policy. So no countries still now occupy the top three slots. and none is considered compatible with limited dangerous climate change. India's ranking and score in CCPI 2026, India now stands 23rd, last year 10th position. So within an overall score of 61.31, moving from high to the medium performance bracket. So it received a medium rating for, India also received a medium rating for greenhouse gas emission, energy use and climate policy, but scores low on renewable energy. So India also reports that India among the world's largest producer of coal. India is the world largest producer of coals, oil and gas, underlining the tension between its development pathway and global climate goals. So it is also disheartening for India, as despite India is the world's largest producer of coal, oil and gas, it's increasing the tension between its development pathway and global climate goals because of decreasing in CCPI index. Progress declining in CCPI index. Progress on renewable but coal remains central. So India is progressing on renewable, but coal is the main reason of this decreasing in CCPI index. The index notes that the India has expanded renewable energy significantly. India has increased renewable energy capacity. Non-fossil sources now account for more than non-fossil sources. Fossil sources are called petroleum, natural gas. So non-fossil sources now account for more than half of installed power capacity. And renewables have grown, has increased up to 14% of the energy mix over recent years. So the country has reached 50% non-fossil installed power capacity. India has installed power capacity which uses 50% non-fossil. And of its 2030 target, India's targets of 2030 target to install 50% non-fossil installed power, and it has rapidly scaled solar, including rooftop installation. So India is targeting to scale solar, including rooftop. Solar energy should be used to including rooftop installation. However, the national energy pathway is still anchored in coal, rotating in coal with no coal exit date, continued auction of new blocks and plans to increase production. So key concern and recommendation for India. So expert criticize the absence of a time-bound coal phase down, uneven carbon price signals, and fossil fuel subsidies that to lock in high emission infrastructure. So these are the main reason. They also flag social and environment conflicts which are linked to large grid-scale renewable projects. So these are the reasons. So the report calls for a clear coal phase out plan with no new coal date and peak coal year. Strong safeguard is required for renewable sting. Binding sectoral and state level decarbonization milestone is required for 2035 and 2040. And it is a just transition that protect workers, smallholders, women, and vulnerable communities. So India ranks 23rd in CCPI 2026, falling 13 place from the previous year 10th place. So India slipped 13 ranks to figure at the 23rd position in the latest CCPI 2026 published in it first published in 2005. CCPI assesses how many countries it evaluates 63 countries, and the EU on the criteria are greenhouse gas emission, renewable energy, energy use, and climate policy. Denmark, United Kingdom, and Morocco holds 4th, 5th, and 6th marks. Sixth ranks in CCPI 2026. The top three positions are till now vacant. So India has achieved 50% of installed power, 50% of installed power capacity from non-fossil sources before its 2030 target. So important exam notes: India slipped 13 places in CCPI. It is released, CCPI is released by German Watch, New Climate Institute, and Climate Action Networks. Ranking is based on 4 criteria. Despite progress in renewable energy, high coal dependence, and rising GHG emission impacts India's ranking. India is declined. Highlights the need for clean energy transition, sustainable development, and strong climate policies. One liner recap: India slipped in CCPI ranking due to its rising emissions and energy challenges despite renewable energy progress. So, components of CCPIs are 10% international climate policy, 10% national climate policy, 5% capita, and then 5% current level of capita to 2%, and then current level of energy use. So these are the current share of renewable per. So these are the components of CCPI. So Climate Change Performance Index 2024, CCPI 2024. So 2024 key highlights is must have it has highlights an emission peak by 2025 to keep 1.5-degree goal in reach. So 2024 highlights CCPI countries must reduce an emission peak by 2025 1.5%, 1.5-degree goal. So about the climate change performance index. So climate change performance index is conducted every year, conducted annually, and it has been prepared by German Watch New Climate Institute and the Climate Action Networks since 2004. So it was first conducted in the year 2005 with the involvement of 450 climate and energy experts. With the help of 450 climate and energy experts, conducted in 2005 at first. Transparency Enablers is an instrument to enable transparency in national and international climate policy. Framework used to compare the climate performance of 63 countries in EU, which together account for these 63 and EU account for 90% of global GHG emissions. So the Climate Change Performance Index assesses each country's performance in 4 categories: GHG emission, 40%, renewable energy, 20%, energy use, 20%, climate policy, 20%. So on the basis of actions, the country is taking action in the areas of GHG emission, renewable energy use to achieve the climate goals set in Paris. So no significant improvement take place. So analysis showed that 64 countries is assessed, 37 countries is fluctuating its index compared to their performance last year. The position of the 5 countries remain unchanged. So India is in 10 from 5th in a row. It is about the 2023 index. India's rank 2014 to 23. So in 2023, it's India rank 7. So highlights of climate change performance in the 2026, Denmark, UK, and Morocco took the lead in this year. About the 2026, the countries who took the lead, the countries are Denmark, United Kingdom, and Morocco. China, 5th place, 54th place. China is in 54th place. Russia, 64th. United States, 65th. Saudi Arabia, 67th. And G20's worst performing countries receiving an overall very low score. India fell how many place? 13th place. Previous year, 10th. To this year, 23rd in the latest global climate change performance with a score is 61.31. So it is also labeled India among the biggest producer of oil, gas and coal worldwide, leading to it fall from a high performance to a medium one in this year CCPI. So India also scored medium in greenhouse gas emission, climate policy and energy use, and low in renewable energy. Now, difference between CCPI, SDG index, and EPI. EPI is Environmental Performance Index. CCPI is Climate Change Performance Index. So, CCPI main focus is climate change performance, released by German Watch New Climate Institute, can emission parameters: emission, energy use, renewable policy. Nature is the climate specific index. India's performance moderate and recently declines. Now SDG, Sustainable Development Goal Index, Its focus area is overall sustainable development released by UN SDSN and Bertelsmann Foundation. Parameters 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Nature is Broad Development Index. India's performance improving but mid-ranked till now. Now, Environmental Performance Index, it's focus on environmental health and ecosystem, EPI, released by Yale and Columbia Universities. Parameters air quality, biodiversity, climate sanitation, nature's environment specific index, India's performance generally low ranking. So key differences, quick forms, CCPI, climate focused only emission and energy. SDG, holistic development, 17 United Nation goals. EPI, environmental quality, air, water, biodiversity. So now no need to confuse with this terminology. CCPI, C for climate, SDG, sustainable development, EPI, environment. So consider the following statement. The Sustainable Development Index measure only environment performance. Now, the EPI evaluates environmental health and ecosystem utility. So which one is the correct? So sustainable development is not same as the environment EPI. So the climate change performance index include which of the following indicators? So climate change we have learned. The first one is the correct. Which organization released the environmental performance index? Yale and Columbia University. So SDG index is based on sustainable development goal. Then which of the following index is most comprehensive? Sustainable development covers all sectors. So main important points. India is among the top emitters globally, but one of the fastest growing renewable energy markets. India targets net zero. India is targeting net zero by 2070. By 2070, non-fossil fuel capacity target 500 gigawatt by 2030. India's ranking shows gap between policy intent and implementation. High dependence on coal. India's high dependence on coal. Approximately 50% energy mix impacts CCPI ranking. So India's performance in global indices like CCPI, SDG index and EPI reflects a paradox of strong policy commitment, but implementation challenges, especially in energy transition and environmental quality. So these are about the environmental updates. Kindly watch the next update, next video. Thank you for watching. Make notes. Stay consistent. Best of luck for your preparation.